Hello everybody, welcome back to Live or Diecast. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining in this episode. As many of you all know, that my diecast room has officially gone away, and I'm working with limited space, so I have resorted to, especially with the winter weather here in Missouri, the painting outdoors is, I cannot paint outside, so I'm going to do wheel swaps. I enjoy, and I have been putting them off for the winter because they're fun and I enjoy doing them. This little Honda, as you can see, it's got the details, the lights, the symbol, the license plate. The front is done really nice, very, very detailed. The chrome tin spokes are okay. They're not my favorite. This is my son's car, and he has asked me to do this for him, and so he would like the wheels off of the Combat Medic, the real riders, and he would like to put those on the Civic. So we're going to do a simple wheel swap. I really enjoy doing these simple wheel swap videos for beginners because there's lots of diecast enthusiasts out there, 164 enthusiasts, who collect and might be a little timid to get into a simple wheel swap. And I just want to show you that it is really not that hard. If I can do it, you can do it. I really like the look of this little Civic, and I think it's going to look nice. So we're going to use this. I got this on sale at Walmart for $3.88. It's the first sale on premiums that I have found at my local Walmart. So we're going to crack this bad boy open. And we're going to use our 9/64 drill bit, and we're going to drill out the, oh, it looks like this one only has one. So we're going to drill out this rivet, pop this apart, extract our wheels, and we're going to do the same with the little Civic, and we're going to do a little simple wheel swap. I hope you all have been doing wonderful. There's lots of crazy stuff going on in this world today, and it's relaxing to sit down and just do a simple wheel swap. I enjoy this hobby. I enjoy communicating and interacting with all the people in this community. You all, especially. So we'll start with the little Civic. It's got two. We're going to start with this front rivet, and then we'll move to the rear. We only want to drill just far enough to pop this little ring off, and hopefully it happens and just perfect, and I can show you. We're going to drill this out. So we're using a 9/64 drill bit. Again, we don't want to go too far. You can use oil. That's optional. I never have, never needed to. I know some people put a little oil on the rivet there, but that's up to you. Like I said, that's optional. So. All right. Now you see this little ring right here? This is what I was talking about. That's what you want. You want to drill just far enough with that 9/64 drill bit that little ring right there pops off. We're going to clean that up just a little bit. And then we're going to move to the rear rivet, and we're going to do the same thing. You want to make sure your drill bit is going forward, in the forward direction. Apply pressure. Kind of tilt it back and forth a little bit, applying pressure. Your drill bit speed doesn't have to be very fast. Just keep it, you know, kind of slow and steady. I'm going to use a little screwdriver and just kind of see if we can pop that little ring off. And there's that little, well, it wants to be difficult, but it looks just like that. So it looks like, now we're going to take our screwdriver, and we're just going to apply a little bit of pressure and see if we can break this apart. All right, and there we go. So we've got our chassis, our wheels and axle assembly. Got the interior, the glass, and the body. So we're going to take our interior, we're going to set it to the side, we're going to take our chassis, And this is a plastic base, so it's pretty easy to do this. But these tabs right here, there's 3 tabs. 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to take and pry those apart a little bit. Just a little. Let's see if we can pop. Some are a little more stubborn than others. And separate those. I'm just going to pull that out. Take that tin spoke and set it to the side. And we're going to do the same thing on the rear. The way I'm positioned right here, it's kind of hard to keep this in focus, so bear with me. Alright, and we have removed these from the rear. We'll take this and set it to the side. Alright, now we've got our chassis. Let's take it and set it to the side. Now we're going to take our number 51 drill bit and we're going to drill a pilot hole on the front and rear posts for our screws that we're going to use when we go back together with this. So we're going to swap out our bits. I'm going to go to the number 51, and I always just leave a little bit out. And we're going to drill the front and rear posts about 1/8 of an inch deep. Again, you want to get in the center of that post, apply a little bit of pressure. It will try to walk on you sometimes. If it starts to, just kind of start over. Get it going a little bit. And then kind of gradually bring that bit around and straighten it up, and it should start a straight hole. There we go. Apply a little bit of pressure. Now drilling these, I would increase the drill speed a little bit. Again, if you want to use some oil, go for it. Personal preference. Probably wouldn't hurt, but like I said, I never have, so. Alright. Clean your drill bit off. Clean out the hole, and we're going to go at it a little bit more. Alright, I believe that one's deep enough. Now we're going to go to the rear and do the same thing. Once you get a little pilot hole started, back out your bit, clean out the threads, and go again. Those details on the back of the little Civic really look nice. They're really going to put the finishing touches. When we get those Real Riders on there, it's going to bring it all together, I think. Alright. Now, we're going to take our tap and we're going to put some threads. It's a number 256 tap. Try to get that there for you. Again, you can use a little oil if you want to. Make sure you keep it straight. Get it started. You'll feel it kind of bite. And then you want to make a couple of turns. Going back and forth. Back and forth. And as you go in, as you back it up, you're going to clean off those threads and that metal will fall out on the tray. Make sure and keep your bit or your tap straight. Back it out, clean off those threads, and go at it again. Be careful not to go too much at once, or when you go to back it up, you might break the tip of your tap off in the threads. And that is never good. All right. Now let's go to the rear. Do the same thing. Go in a little, out a little. In a little, out a little. Just like so. Okay, so now we've got our posts drilled and tapped. We're going to use a couple of these 256 by 8 Phillips head pan head screws. Really gives it a nice finished look. And what I like to do is before I go together with final assembly is I like to run these screws in. And that way, if there's any hiccups, I can go ahead and tap it or drill or do any of that stuff before I'm trying to go, oh yeah, that's really nice. Okay. Now let's do the front. Get that out of there. And again, you don't have, these are supposed to be self-tapping screws. So again, you don't have to use the tap, but I strongly recommend it. All right, started nice. We'll back that out of there. All right, got the front, rear drilled, tapped. Yeah, that loose stuff around the edges. If you have a file, you can run a file over it. If not, it's not necessary, but it is recommended. And then now, I'm not going to on this one. I could, but now would be the time to do any of your interior details. If you wanted to paint these amps, do any interior seat colors, steering wheel shifter gauges, etc. This has got a smoked glass on it, so you won't be able to see most of the details anyways. So we are going to leave that out on this one. All right. So now we've got it drilled, tapped, we've got our wheels off. Now we need to do the same thing, repeat the process on our premium to get these wheels and tires off of here so we can put them on the Civic. Again, we're using our 9/64 bit. All right, we've got this one drilled out here. Now let's go ahead and see if we can pop this bad boy apart. Just gonna put a screwdriver in there. There we go, nice and easy. Just like that. Set that to the side. And now we're gonna extract our front and rear wheels. This one's a little more tricky. The way I do it, I usually use a pair of end nips and I just pop them off and then take them out. All right, we are back. We have successfully extracted our custom wheels that we are going to put on our little Honda Civic Si from the Hot Wheels Marvel Comics Falcon. Number 3 of 5 of the Marvel set. Pretty cool livery there. And it also has some very cool wheels. So we are going to use the wheels on our wheel swap. We've got our body all drilled and tapped. We've got our wheels extracted that we are going to use. And we have got our interior, our windshield, and let's go ahead and assemble this bad boy and see what we've got. So front, pop that one in the rear. Oh, I think this is going to look nice. Our interior there. Like I said, now would be the time to do your interior detail stuff. Okay, wait a second here. Let's put that down. Something. Oh, well, duh. Of course it won't go if you got it backwards. All right. What do you think? Yeah, that looks really good, actually. That looks nice. All right, now we've got our screws. We will screw this bad boy together. And my son will have his little Civic wheel swapped. I like using these screws. It gets it good and tight. On this black base, you won't even be able to see them. And if you do, they look, as I like to say, pro-fo. I love the details, the front and rear, the tail lights, the brake lights, the Honda emblems, logos. All right. And there we go. If you want, you could do some detail on the bottom. You know, you could paint the exhaust, do some detail stuff. I'm not going to. I like it. It's done just right. It's got the details in the rear, on the front, and I like it. And of course, it rolls. Sweet. Another wheel swap by Live or Die Cast. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining, interacting, commenting on the channel. And until next time, this has been Live or Die Cast. I'm out.